We spend a great deal of time measuring things: money, time, productivity. But there is one thing we rarely measure carefully: attention. And yet, attention is where life quietly takes shape. What we give our attention to slowly becomes what we care about. And what we care about becomes the direction of our lives. In the modern world, many things compete for attention: status, recognition, constant updates, the feeling of being involved in everything. These things feel important. They feel urgent. They create movement. But movement alone does not create meaning. A life can be full and still feel shallow, busy and still feel misdirected. Most people are not choosing badly on purpose. They are choosing quickly. What is loud appears important. What is visible feels valuable. What is immediate feels necessary. Over time, attention becomes scattered. And when attention is scattered, life begins to feel restless, even when nothing is wrong. Long before the modern world, thinkers noticed this pattern. They observed that people often suffer not because of hardship, but because of misplaced priorities. They noticed that external things, status, approval, possessions, promise fulfillment, but rarely deliver it for long. What truly shapes a life, they observed, is not what happens to us, but what we treat as important. Judgment matters more than circumstance. Attention matters more than opportunity. This insight feels ancient, but it applies directly to modern life. Today, we are encouraged to care about many things at once, to react quickly, to stay informed, to stay visible, to stay relevant. But caring about everything often leads to caring deeply about nothing. When attention is constantly pulled outward, there is little room left for clarity, and without clarity, even comfort can feel empty. Ancient wisdom did not suggest withdrawing from life. It suggested engaging with life more deliberately, not by adding more goals, but by choosing fewer priorities, not by rejecting the world, but by deciding what deserves influence over the mind. A meaningful life, in this view, is not built by accumulation. It is built by selection. This does not require dramatic change. It begins quietly, by noticing what repeatedly demands attention, by questioning whether it truly matters, by choosing, more often, not to react. Over time, this changes the quality of experience, not by making life easier, but by making it clearer. And clarity brings a different kind of calm. A calm that does not depend on circumstances, a steadiness that does not require approval, a sense of direction that is not borrowed from trends. This is not a life without difficulty. It is a life with fewer unnecessary struggles. A better quality of life is rarely achieved by doing more. It is achieved by understanding what matters less than we think and what matters far more. This is what timeless wisdom points toward. Not perfection, not escape, not control, but discernment. The ability to choose what deserves your attention and what does not. When attention is placed deliberately, life becomes quieter, and in that quiet, meaning has space to appear. This is what timeless wisdom points toward. Not perfection, not escape, not control, but discernment. The ability to choose what deserves your attention and what does not. When attention is placed deliberately, life becomes quieter. And in that quiet, meaning has space to appear.